Hello, Ken Spriggs here with a short video on an event I attended yesterday down in Indianapolis. It's called the Roscoe Turner IPMS Model Invitational and Swap Meet. They have it every year at this time in March, sometimes in April. I've been there 3 other times before, but it's been a few years since I've attended it. I wasn't really planning on attending, but a friend of mine that I've talked to a lot on the internet, and I've also met at least one other time at Wonderfest. His name is Mark, and he lives down there in Indianapolis. And he had sent me a message and said that he and his wife were going to be attending and wanted to know if I was going to it. So I said, yeah, sure, I'll get on if you're going to be there. I kind of stopped going a few years ago because I didn't really know anybody there. And that's usually the best part. That's what I enjoy the most about going to them. Wonderfest, of course, I love going to, meeting up with all my friends there. And also because that contest is all science fiction, fantasy, and horror and that kind of thing, which is my favorite. So this one's a more broader range. They have a lot more military with tanks and planes and boats, and they have cars and things like that. But they did have some really decent science fiction, and I'll show you some of that here in a little bit. So I did go down and I entered my N1 Starfighter build that I had completed, and I also entered my Revenge of the Creature build. So let me go ahead and show you some photos of Mark and myself that we took next to my N1 Starfighter there. All right, Mark's a really cool guy. I like him. He did go to Wonderfest a few years ago, and that's when I first met him. We've interacted in some different Facebook groups as well. And then I got to meet his wife, Pat. She was there as well. And she doesn't build models, but she came along with him to kind of get an idea of what he's into and what he's interested in. So we had a great time. Really enjoyed looking at all the different models that were there and checking out the vendors and the contest. So speaking of the contest, I did win an award. I did not win one for my N1 Starfighter, which these things happen, as I've talked to before. I did win one for my Creature, Revenge of the Creature. I won second place in the sci-fi figures category, which I'm very proud of. I did get a notice on the table from Fine Scale Modeler, who were there to take pictures of my N1 Starfighter. So I have some photos of that as well, of them taking that. They may put that in their magazine, or what they also have been doing in the past is the ones they don't put in the magazine, they put up on their site in a digital form, which is really cool. I have had, I think, 3 different models in their magazine in the past as well. So that's always cool to see that. And I like to talk to them there, Aaron Skinner and Tim Kidwell. I watch their videos every week that they post on there from Fine Scale Modeler, which is really cool. So, all right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the pictures of my, some more pictures of my N1 Starfighter there, and also of the Creature with the second place award that I got. And then I'll finish it off with some photos of Aaron Skinner taking some photos of it for Fine Scale Modeler for my N1 Starfighter. All right, so for the last segment of this video, I wanted to kind of show some work of a fellow modeler that I got to meet there at the contest. And I've done this in the past. I really like to showcase really excellent work that I've seen from other modelers, especially when either I'll talk to them, they happen to be there by their model, and I'll talk to them about what they did with it, or they'll come up and talk to me or introduce themselves to me. In this case, he came up and talked to me because he's familiar with my channel and he watches it. His name is Paul, and he had several really, really awesome entries. I don't want to say 100%, but I believe he won one of the top awards there for one of his entries there. But they were certainly quite fantastic. They were all Star Wars dioramas that he made. He made one for the ice planet Hoth with the AT-AT walkers attacking the Rebel base. He made one with the Millennium Falcon landing on the pad at Bespin, Cloud City. He had one of Tatooine that had the Sandcrawler and like Luke's homestead and things like that. And I'm trying to think if there was I thought there was 4. Well, let me go ahead and show you some pictures of that, and then I'll correct myself if I made a mistake on that. But let's take a look at his awesome work. Yes, there were 4 actually. I'd forgotten about the Death Star trench that he built and added on some additional parts to. Very, very awesome work. I was especially really impressed with his Hoth diorama at a 1/144 scale. Very tiny, super tiny little figures on it. A lot of scratch built. He said that he had actually used for the layered rocks at the top above the Rebel base covered in snow, I believe he said pine cones, and he used like the ridge parts of them and cut them apart and put them on there, which is a brilliant idea, and some other ideas that he used on that. And also his Tatooine with the Sandcrawler, the very intricate detail of the sunken in parts of the home and the different features in there, very, very detailed. So really excellent work. It was great meeting him and seeing the fantastic work that he did. So congrats to him on any awards that he had won on that. Like I said, I don't want to misquote it, but I thought I had heard his name called for one of the special awards as far as they had first, second, and third place in each category, and then they had other special awards, like Best in Show kind of a thing. So I believe he might have won one, but I can't say 100%. If you're watching this, Paul, if you want to comment on in the comments, I'd love to hear what you had won on those, because fantastic work, really, really beautiful. So definitely, if you're going to any other conventions, let me know. I'd love to meet up again and check out some additional work that you do in the future. All right, fantastic. All right, so very fun time getting together with Mark and his wife and attending the contest. It's really enjoyable, especially when you go with other people that you know and meet other modelers and are able to share that show with them. I have modeler friends all over the country and even in some other countries as well. But it's only during conventions typically do I meet up with them. I think 1 or 2 live in the area or live in Indiana. So that's cool to be able to get together and check out a show like that. I'm not really going to show any other photos from the show, mainly because the vast majority of it is, like I said, military and planes and boats and cars and things that aren't really my forte. Nothing against any of those. Some fantastic work there, but I just kind of wanted to highlight hanging out with Mark and also being able to meet Paul and check out his work. I will be posting some more info on a new video here soon, on a new build that I'll be starting here soon, that I'm hoping to get completed in time for Wonderfest. So thanks to all my new subscribers, and I will see you in the next video.